I like physical games. Being able to hold and actually own a product that I spent my money on is something that I do enjoy. However, the video game industry is shifting more and more to being strictly digital, and it's only a matter of time until physical games are no more. So until that dreadful day inevitably happens, I will only buy physical games. Digital hoarding is nowhere near as fun as real life hoarding. But what if digital hoarding is your only option? What if the only way to buy that game is digitally? There's no physical copies. Then you get my worst nightmare. And if you've taken one look at my channel, you know who. And if you've taken even one look at my channel, you'll know what franchise's digital games I'll be talking about in this video. That's right, Sonic, rival in the Olympics. Despite the fact that Nintendo is the only major console manufacturer that doesn't have a digital-only system, at least at the time of recording, they still do have a handful of digital exclusive Mario games. And these games can be downloaded from their various online stores like the Wii Shop channel or the Nintendo eShop, or at least could. Starting with, this game was originally released for the Wii U on December 31st, 2013, as part of the Year of Luigi celebration. Kinda weird that they released it on New Year's Eve, but okay. The only other Mario series game I can think of that released on a holiday is Luigi's Mansion 3, which released on Halloween in 2019. There's no better way to ring in the new year than Dr. Luigi. Everybody else is outside having fun watching fireworks, and I'm inside playing Luigi with a PhD, or I would be if I actually had this game. Like the name suggests, this is an entry in the Dr. Mario series, but you play as Luigi. Like I mentioned a few seconds ago, I never actually bought this game, but I have played other Dr. Mario games, and taking a look at the gameplay, that looks like Dr. Mario, but with Luigi. The only changes that I can really notice are that the viruses look worse, and there's some L-shaped pills. And the Virus Buster mode from Dr. Mario Online RX from the Wii returns, but instead of using the pointer controls on the Wii remote, you use the touchscreen on the gamepad. So it's basically just Dr. Mario but with Luigi. Ooh, shocker. There's other Dr. Mario games available as digital-only games, like the previously mentioned Online RX and Miracle Cure on the 3DS. That begs the question though, does the mobile game count? And if it does, the other Mario mobile games count. You can only get them digitally, because a physical mobile game would be terrifying. Fine, I'll talk about Mario Kart Tour again. I'll make this quick, mostly because I want to make a full video on the mobile games in the future. The very first Mario mobile game was Super Mario Run, originally released for iOS in 2016 and Android in 2017. It's alright, I guess. Unlike the other Mario mobile games, and most mobile games in general, this one doesn't have any microtransaction. There's just a one-time purchase and then you get access to all the levels. The one-time purchase is $10? Feels a little bit steep, but I'd rather pay $10 one time than pay however much it is for rubies and Mario Kart Tour about 100 different times, and even then I'm not guaranteed to get everything that I want. Next up is Dr. Mario World, released in 2019. I actually kind of like this one. Of course, it's the one they killed just 2 years later. I mean, yeah, sure, it had the typical mobile game garbage of microtransactions, but I just thought the gameplay was kind of fun. The puzzle game format of Dr. Mario works really, really well as a mobile game, until they killed it. And then there's Mario Kart Tour. I don't like this one. Photos with Mario. Does this even deserve to be part of the conversation? Well, if the next two things in this video are part of the conversation, then I guess this should be part of it too. Photos with Mario isn't really a game. It's, as the name suggests, a photo picture taking thing. And unlike everything else in this video, I have this one downloaded because it was completely free. But what's the catch? Nothing in life is free. Well, you have to have these special AR cards. They were released alongside special Nintendo eShop cards. So if you bought an eShop card, you'd also get an AR card. That's kind of random. You didn't even have to pay any extra. They were just feeling really, really generous, I guess. Although it may seem like you actually need the cards, you don't. The 3DS can't determine the difference between the actual card and a picture of the card. You can just Google the pictures of the cards on your phone, and the 3DS will think it's the actual card. Take that, Nintendo. Or you could even print the cards out if you wanted to. I mean, I'm not going to, but you could if you wanted to. So what do you do with these cards? A 3D model of whatever character is on the card will show up on screen, and you can move them around and place them on whatever you want. There's a few effects you can put on your picture before you take it too, like confetti. The game is a neat novelty, I guess. I'm just glad it was free because there's no way I'd spend any money on this. Now, these next things definitely should have been free too. But spoiler alert, they weren't. More things that aren't games. These two applications were released on the DSi shop and were later re-released on the Nintendo 3DS eShop. Mario Clock and Mario Calculator. You'll never guess what these were. They were a clock and a calculator. No way. And like I said earlier, they weren't free. You had to pay for them. They cost $1.99 each. $1.99 for a clock and $1.99 for a calculator. That's ridiculous. Oh, but it's Super Mario Bros. Themed now. Wow. The calculator is your standard calculator, but it's so retro now. It's just so retro that I've got to get it. Let me hop on the 3DS eShop. Oh yeah, my day is now ruined. It's really sad because I was going to get the clock too. It has alarms with Mario music. It's not like I can just do that on my phone. It needs to come from my 3DS. Mario vs. Donkey Kong Tipping Stars. What kind of name is that? It's a Mario vs. Donkey Kong game, I guess. Boring. Although the game itself might not be anything special, the way it was released is incredibly interesting. In North America, it was only released digitally. However, in Europe, there was a physical version, except it wasn't really physical. It was just the game box with a download code inside of it. But in Japan, it had a regular release. You'd buy the game physically and it'd come with a game card. The plot thickens, however. Not only was it released on the 3DS, it was also released on the Wii U. And if you bought the 3DS version, you'd also get the download code for the Wii U version, and vice versa. This release strategy is very odd for Nintendo. As far as I'm aware, they never did it before and haven't done anything like it since. This is coming from the company that locked your purchases to whatever console you bought them on until recently. It was basically 2 games for the price of 1, except those 2 games were both Mario vs. Donkey Kong Tipping Stars. So what have we learned? Digital is fine sometimes, I guess. It'd be incredibly weird if they took up valuable shelf space at Walmart with a physical copy of Mario Clock.